What do you think to people kind of wearing shirts to achieve, obviously, the charity work and stuff on Friday the 19th of November?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for everyone just to come together. Really, obviously, we all know how competitive friends and family can be with football and supporting different teams. But obviously, with this cause tackling bowel cancer, it's all to come together really. So yeah, just a great opportunity. Obviously, everyone, I'm sure, well, most people will have a football shirt that they wear, whether it's new or old. So yeah, just wearing it on the day when you go to work, and just bringing people together and hopefully help donate and bring yeah, some more attraction to a well-needed cause.
Absolutely. And can you remember your first professional shirt that you put on?
I mean, my first professional shirt, like as a player, was a Leyton Orient shirt. I remember playing. We was playing Rochdale away. I was 17 years old. But yeah, just for me, that feeling of being able to play a professional game, going out there. I think I got 15 minutes at the end, and still remember it to this day. Obviously, it was a great moment in my career and one I'll never forget for sure.
What about, have you still got that shirt?
Yeah, I still got that shirt. Kept that one. Obviously, I try and keep the ones that kind of have a bit of meaning behind them. And yeah, that was a big moment. Obviously, being 17, still quite young to be able to play. Leyton Orient were in League One at the time, so playing any professional game was big. So kept that one, and yeah, it has a special place in obviously my career.
I was going to say, yeah, because that must be quite as you said, one of your first ones. That must be arguably, I know obviously you've gone on to achieve great things, but that must be one of the most special ones in your collection.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, obviously I dreamed of being a professional footballer growing up. Obviously you have dreams of playing for England and stuff like that, but that first game, that first moment of this is actually what I'm doing now for a job, was a pretty special feeling. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that's happened since, but that initial one, that first start, obviously no one can take that away from you, no matter how many games I played after that or didn't play after that. I'd done what I set out to achieve in that moment, and we'll always have that shirt.
Of course, and obviously we know you've played a lot of games for Spurs in England. What do you do with them shirts? Do you keep all the shirts from? Because I'm pretty much guessing that pretty much most games that you play, and someone will come up to you and say, "Oh, can I have your shirt?" But do you keep many of your Spurs shirts and your England shirts?
Yeah, well, I mean, the special ones I kind of keep if it's something like a hat trick or if it's something like I don't know.
A few of them then. There's a few of them then.
Especially after last week, yeah. But no, obviously, like if you reach, I don't know, 100 goals for Spurs or certain landmarks, obviously I like to keep because they're great to obviously hang up in the house or give them to close friends and family for them to have. I mean, obviously, sometimes I'm keeping shirts for various charities or just kind of giving them away. Because obviously, when I was a kid growing up, for me to get a shirt from a professional footballer would have been an incredible moment. So anytime I can give back. But like you said, obviously players from other teams obviously ask for shirts and stuff like that. So the kitmen print plenty up. I know that for sure. I think we have about 3 a game that we have. So yeah, they all get used for sure.
And see the ones that you obviously do for charity. I mean, I'm guessing, as you spoke about, you touched on it there about the charities. I'm guessing there's a lot of shirts that you have to sign pretty much all the time. I remember going away with England before, and you just have signing days, and you'd have to sign, it felt about 1,000 shirts. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that still happens. So we do when we go away with England, we have like a set day where it's kind of our commercial day, and they'll set up. It'll probably be around a few hundred shirts, I reckon. And we do the same at Spurs. Once a week, when we come in the morning, the shirts will be set up in a room. Maybe 50 shirts or so, some like balls, some pennants and stuff like that. And yeah, obviously the club have charities and sponsors and things to give away. So yeah, it's about, like I say, once a week we do that with the club, and then once a camp with England.
I mean, obviously, as you said, you touched on it again earlier about you scored 2 hat-tricks last week, which is incredible. And obviously, a lot of strikers, when they score a hat-trick, they focus on getting the ball, of course. But what about shirts? Has that got kind of equal meaning to you in terms of importance, collecting the shirt as well as the ball?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the ball is the main attraction. You get to keep it, and you get everyone to sign it. But sometimes I'll get the lads to sign the hat-trick shirts as well. It's obviously they're nice achievements. Kind of when you put the ball in like a little glass like box, and then the shirt next to it. it looks pretty cool. So yeah, the shirts, for me, the shirts are so great to have up. Like I say, you can put them up in the house, you can give them away, you can. But it's something about the shirt, but having worn it, I don't like to wash it either. I like to kind of keep it with a bit of mud on it and keep it keep it as real as possible. So they're good.
Obviously, we are talking about Football Shirt Friday, so got a kind of a quirky question in terms of what's the most unusual shirt kind of swap request you've had?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Some teams actually ask for your shorts as well. That's pretty strange. So you end up in the tunnel with just your slips on and your socks and shin pads. So yeah, that's probably the most unusual when they do that. But I've been lucky enough to play against some fantastic players, the likes of Ronaldo and Messi and people like that. So having swapping shirts with them is obviously quite big. Obviously, growing up watching them types of players is amazing to play against them. So getting shirts like that is always a nice feeling.
And is there one shirt in your collection that you wouldn't swap?
Yeah, there's probably a few, to be honest. I think my England debut one is probably one of the best ones that I have, and the one that means an awful lot to me. Obviously, making my debut for England is a big moment, but I scored as well, so it was just a special game, a special moment for me, and my family was there, and my wife, and yeah, I got that one up in the house, and I got everyone to sign it, and there's some good like kind of messages on there from obviously some of the ex-England players now, and even some of the players who are still playing with me now. So that's a special one. So I wouldn't swap that one for sure.
And of course, and as a kid, before you even became a professional, what was the first shirt that you had, and what number was on the back?
Oh, first shirt. Do you know what the one that I remember probably most as a kid was the England one? You know, with like the red stripe down it, the one that Beckham scored the free kick against Greece.
Yeah.
So that's the one, and obviously I had Beckham on the back. I was a huge kind of David Beckham fan growing up, and yeah, so that's the one that kind of sticks out in my memory, I reckon. I don't think I'll still have it, if I'm totally honest. I don't know. Maybe my parents might have it hidden away somewhere, but yeah, that's probably my earliest memory.
And then obviously fast forward again to last week, getting the 2 hat-tricks. I mean, did either one, did it all fall? Because a lot of people ask me the same question in terms of when you score goals, you've scored a hat-trick in 2 games back-to-back. Does one mean more than the other? Potentially, I mean, obviously the second one you get 4 in the first half, you're edging closer to that Rooney record. Does that one mean maybe a little bit more than the other?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Obviously, like you said there, I think scoring a hat-trick in any game, any moment's an amazing feeling. I think the first game at Wembley against Albania, obviously the game was a tougher game and the opponent was tougher, and obviously we was under a little bit of pressure in terms of having to win that game. Otherwise, obviously trying to qualify for the World Cup, we didn't want to mess that up. So that was nice to get that one and get the ball rolling. And then obviously San Marino, obviously kind of expected to score against them, but yeah, scoring 4 goals in the first half of any game is a great feeling. And so yeah, they all mean a lot, but obviously I think some, I guess the tougher games they mean a little bit more.
Yeah, of course. And do you see that kind of, that obviously 7 goals in 2 games kind of kick-starting your season at Spurs potentially, hopefully?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously I've scored a few goals this season now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
In the other competitions, obviously the Premier League is the one I want to perform and get better in. Obviously, it's not been the greatest start for me or obviously the team either. But look, we've got a new manager in. We've been working really hard. I know the boys have been working really hard, the ones that didn't go away international duty. So yeah, hopefully them goals can kind of get me going in the Premier League, hopefully score a couple more on a weekend. And we have a real kind of run of games now in the Premier League where we can pick up some results, hopefully. So it's just about us as players going there and doing it.
And just a quick one on Conte. What's he like? Good. I mean, he's obviously a world-class coach.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant. Obviously, we had I think the 5 days before international where he obviously tried to get as many ideas as he could into the team in a short space of time. We had 2 games to play as well. But yeah, getting to know him, he seems like a great manager. Obviously, his resume speaks for himself. But look, he's a fantastic coach. He has his way of working, and everyone's kind of buying into it. And that's what we need at the club at the moment. We need everyone working in the same direction and giving everything on the training pitch, and hopefully turning our results around on the pitch. So yeah, we're looking forward to, like I say, this busy period with plenty of games. But hopefully, like I say, we can turn it around on the pitch as the players.
Absolutely, and one of the final ones for me, of course, you're edging real close to that Rooney record for England. If you do it, which you will do, what are you going to do with that shirt? Will that then become the most important shirt in your collection?
Yeah, that's a good question. Obviously, I don't like to talk too far in the future.
Of course.
So, yeah, no, of course, I'd obviously love to break that record, and it's getting closer and closer now. Obviously, yeah, if it does happen, that shirt will be really special. To be England's highest ever goal scorer would be an amazing achievement, something I weren't even thinking about kind of when I started my career and my England career. So yeah, that'll go up in the house for sure. I'll definitely get the lads to sign that one. Yeah, and who knows? Hopefully, maybe score a hat trick on that day and keep the ball as well. That'd be a special one.